Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to my midweek live news stream. And hang on, Windgrace is here already. Quite the thumbnail. I forgot what I put on it. I put Anna de Armas, Sigourney Weaver, and Emily Blunt, didn't I? Because they're all connected with the stories that we're doing. And no, I wasn't doing Ruby Sunday. I was just doing my music. Right, so anyway, welcome to the show, Sci-Fi Quest and Windgrace, and the millions and millions watching around the world, maybe, to my midweek live news stream. But before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe. Where are we, that side? Like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Right, we should be live on YouTube. Let me double check. We should be, because Windgrace and Sci-Fi Quest would have told me otherwise. We should be live on Rumble. Let's give that a refresh. And yes, we're live on Rumble. And we should be live on Kick. Yes, we are. We're live on Kick as well. Let me share that baby. I don't know how long I'm going to be going with this Kick. Because it doesn't seem to be making any headway whatsoever. But anyway, never mind. We'll keep plodding on and see what happens. Not getting any views, but never mind. Is this a new shirt? No, I've had it ages. Hang on, where are we? No, it's my UFO shirt. I've had it for ages. I've worn it before. You mentioned it before. Anyway, can you kick it? Yes. We'll be doing if we don't get any views. But we'll go back to Twitch. Or I might just not bother. What's the point? Anyway, right, just stick with Rumble and YouTube, maybe. Anyway, what else were I saying? It looks in way too good condition. I'm surprised it's lasted, because it's been washed a few times and it's gone in the dryer and everything. I'm surprised it looks as good as it does. Got it from the official Jerry Anderson website last year sometime. My shirts look like crap after 2 weeks. Dear. You should get, I forgot what washing, I use washing liquid. What do I use? I use Asda's own brand. It's fine. Right, later, we're live on them. Later on, I'll upload it to Spotify, Amazon Music Podcasts and Google Podcasts. The links for all the stories, there's only 8 tonight, are in the description down below, and later on, afterwards, I'll put timestamps in. I'm also on Facebook, X, and where are we? Shift that again. Facebook, X, and Instagram. Links are in the description for those, as are the links in my toolbox. I've got to plug them, haven't I? I've got to. Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action adventure about UFOs and stuff. And Silent Predator, a short horror novella about big cats eating people in North Yorkshire on Amazon Kindle and paperback. Give them a whirl. As I said, links in the description. I'm knocking things over. I'm knocking over my magnifying glass. When you get old, even if you wear glasses, you need a magnifying glass, I'm telling you. For reading small print. Anyway, right. Let's get on with the news, shall we? So, just let me full screen this baby and off we go. Right, first up. Oh, I'm yawning. Oh, I'm shattered. I'm shattered. Of course I'm old. Honestly, I keep telling you I'm old. Right. This one's from comicbook.com. Jenna Anderson, Star Wars The Acolyte star, teases new series set in The Acolyte, the series which nobody's going to watch. Apart from those that are in it. Pardon me. And me. Right, the Star Wars universe is set to get a major remix later this year, June apparently, with the arrival of the Star Wars The Acolyte Disney Plus series. The Acolyte, which is created by Russian dolls Leslie Yee Headland, former personal assistant to, what's his face? Isn't this in prison? Will be the first live-action series set during the High Republic era. Harvey Weinstein, that's the fella. And fans are definitely excited to see that canon further explored. Yes, they're fans. That should be fans. Or fan. Just singular. Anyway, yes, H to Harvey Weinstein, yes. It still sounds cack. Yes, it does. It does. In a recent interview with C magazine, which I've never heard of, the Acolyte star Amanda Stenberg teased how that time period leads to a different but reverential kind of Star Wars story. Because remember, Leslie E. Headland likes all the Star Wars. In the context of the Star Wars universe, it's a time of great peace, theoretically, Stenberg explained. It's also a time of an institution, and it's a time in which conceptions around the Force are very strict. And I think what we're trying to explore within our show is when an institution has a singular conception of how power can be used. We try to provide a lot of different perspectives and answers to that question. The idea is to kind of honour the ethos of Star Wars and ideas around the Force and also challenge them, hopefully harmoniously. South Africa says, I'm tempted to do a live watch party for Spaceman on Friday. I don't know that one. What's Spaceman? Is that the... oh, I forgot his bloody name now. No, I don't know it. Apparently C Magazine is California Style and Culture. All right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, never heard of it. In Star Wars The Acolyte, a former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated. No blasters, apparently. We'll see. The ensemble cast of The Acolyte will also include... I'll read them out. Lee Jung-jae, probably mispronouncing that. Manny, is it Jacinto? I don't bloody know. Daphne Keane, Jodie Turner-Smith, yes. Patriarchy, yes. Rebecca Henderson, Charlie Barnett, Dean Charles Chapman, Carrie-Anne Moss. A lot of hyphenated people, isn't there? And Margarita Leviev, whatever. The Adam Sandler. That's the one we're thinking of, Adam Sandler, yes. Not a comedy, though, is it? I'm sure I've seen some, it's a drama, but anyway. Star Wars The Acolyte does not have an exact release date, but is expected to make its debut on Disney Plus at some point this summer. According to Collider, June the 4th, I think they said, didn't they, or 5th. We're taking a look at the political and personal and spiritual things that came up in a time period we don't know much about. Headland explained in a previous interview, don't know much about it because nobody reads the High Republic books. Oh dear, except those that wrote them. I'm sure they've sold dozens. They've probably sold about as many as I've sold of my books, which is not many. My question when watching The Phantom Menace was always like, well, how did things get to this point? How did we get to a point where a Sith Lord can infiltrate the Senate and none of the Jedi pick up on it? Like, what went wrong? What are the scenarios that led us to this moment? Which is fair enough. That's a fair enough question to ask. And, an interesting premise, because, we all thought that, didn't we? How if the Jedi were so amazing and Yoda was so powerful, how didn't they know that there were a Sith among them in the form of, Palpatine? Anyway, there are books, yes, and comics, apparently. May the 4th no longer important for Lucasfilm. Not for The Acolyte, no. They might surprise us, you never know. I forgot what I want now. Oh, there we go. We actually use the term the Renaissance or the Age of Enlightenment, Headland added, because that's a proper term that we use in history. The Jedi uniforms are gold and white, and it's almost like they would never get dirty. They would never be out and about, Headland says. The idea is that they could have these types of uniforms because that's how little they're getting into skirmishes. Star Wars The Acolyte will debut on Disney Plus this year, June apparently. If you haven't checked out Disney Plus, blah, 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 blah. This is not a sponsored post. Yeah, of course it ain't. Of course it ain't. They might surprise us, it might be amazing, but I doubt it. So I've no hopes for it. My expectations are really low. So that means it might be all right. You never know. The Jedi were blinded by their arrogance. Yes, they were. Thought I went all Sith then, didn't I? I'd rather see the Acco Dark. Well, hang on. It's Acolyte, Acco Dark. There we go. Thank you, comicbook.com, for this handy little switch here to go between light and dark mode. Anyway, so there we go. Anywho, is that what they call a fluff piece? Well, yeah, it is, yeah. Is that an acronym? Fluff. Flipping losers, useless flippers. I don't know. I'm not swearing today. I don't think I swore today in my Tomb Raider stream, did I? I don't think I did. I could be wrong, I might have done. Anyway, right, so there you go. So that's the Acolyte. It's coming, and it's it's probably going to be rubbish. There's going to be no blasters in it, apparently. But we'll see. We'll see. And it's going to be all about, intersectionalism and all that stuff. And the message. I wish I had an echo button. I've got a little soundboard here, but I can't plug it in. So I've got a little speaker here that's plugged into it, but my speaker's run out of power. It needs charging up. Never mind. I googled it. Fluff means fat, ugly little fellow. Fat little ugly fellow. Oh, so it's about me then. There's a picture of me next to it. Next to the definition. Right. Let's move on. Where's my keyboard gone? It's here. Right, sticking with Star Wars. What we got anyway today? We've got 3 Star Warses, 2 Star Treks, and 3 other things. 3 others. So, right. What are we on next? Right, here we go. Sticking with comicbook.com. This one's from Jamie Lovett. Star Wars The Bad Batch producers on the future of Star Wars animation. I was wrong, I meant puff piece. Same thing, innit? Same thing. Same difference. Puff piece is an idiom for a journalistic form of puffery, or an article or story of exaggerating praise that often ignores or downplays opposing viewpoints or evidence to the contrary. Thank you, Webster's English Dictionary. Or is it Collins? Oxford? I don't know. Right, anyway, Star Wars, right. Brad Rao and Jennifer Corbett anticipate the future of Star Wars in animation. As Star Wars The Bad Batch draws toward its end, Star Wars fans may wonder what's next for Star Wars animation. By the way, I've put me quick review in my shorts of this week's episode 4 of Season 3. A bit boring. Even though there's a big shootout in it, still a bit boring. There's currently Tales of the Jedi, an anthology of connected Star Wars shorts, which I quite enjoyed them. And Star Wars Visions, also an anthology, showcasing global animation via shorts set out of Star Wars canon, which I'm not a fan of. Comicbook.com spoke to Star Wars The Bad Batch producers Jennifer Corbett and Brad Rao, hope I'm pronouncing that right, about The Bad Batch's final season and asked what the future of Star Wars animation might look like. Draws towards its end, didn't it just start? I think they might mean that it's in its final season. It's in its final season. I think that's what they mean. But we're nearly halfway through, I think. Or we're at a third of I don't know how many episodes there is. I think there might be 14 episodes. We're about a third of the way through. We're just under. Actually, that was Wikipedia. All right, okay, fair enough. Thank you, Wikipedia, for that definition of puff piece. I forgot where I was now. While they couldn't say anything about upcoming projects, they seem to be anticipating watching what comes next from the Lucasfilm animation team as fans. So they've been fired then. There's nothing for them. They're not working on anything. Obviously, we can't really speak as to if there's something in the works or not, but I will just say that the team at Lucasfilm Animation, it's been a pleasure working with them because they are so fantastic at what they do and have such passion for what they do, Corbett says. If there is stuff in the future, I'm going to watch and be a fan because I love all the things that they do. Rao adds, sign me up, I want to watch more. So the They're out of work then, essentially. They're out of work. They've got to do something else, haven't they, in the style? You'd think they would, in the style of, Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi. You'd think the Tales of the Jedi, it's not a proper series, is it? It's little stories, isn't it? It's like Star Trek shorts sort of thing. But you'd think they'd have a proper series planned, wouldn't you, to replace the Bad Batch? Because they're always popular. Well, I think they are. And if I think they are, then they must be. Right. Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3 picks up where Season 2 left off. The Bad Batch is still reeling from losing one of their members, Tech. Excuse me. I've just eaten a load of spaghetti bolognese. And determined to rescue Omega, yes, from capture at Mount Tantis. According to Disney Plus in Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3, the Batch will have their limits tested in the fight to reunite with Omega, except they don't, as she faces challenges of her own inside a remote Imperial science lab. With the group fractured and facing threats from all directions, they will have to seek out unexpected allies, embark on dangerous missions, and muster everything they have learned to free themselves from the Empire. Spoilers, in Episode 4, Omega and Crosshair are reunited with Hunter and Wrecker. So, it didn't take them very long, did it? Didn't take them very long. Yes, spoilers, yes. You'd think they'd make a show where a small fighter could actually hit a transport ship without missing. It's the Empire, the rubbish. They don't have, target lock. Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3 stars D. Bradley Baker, American Dad, as the voice of every Bad Batch member, and Michelle Ang, Fear the Walking Dead Flight 462, as Omega. Not Atari Amiga. Commodore, wasn't it? Atari was the ST, wasn't it? The cast also includes Castle Hughes, Whale Rider, Jimmy Simpson, Westworld, Noshia Dalal, It's Pony, and Wanda Sykes, The Upshaws. Blah, 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 blah. We don't care who the producers are. And we're on episode 4. This is what it's telling us what the episodes are. So we've had up to episode 4. So we've got coming up The Return, Infiltration. Oh, we've got 2 episodes together there. Look, Extraction, Bad Territory, The Harbinger, Dun Dun Dun, Identity Crisis. Has that got Geordie LaForge in it? Port of No Return, Juggernaut, there's going to be a big ship that they're stuck on. It's probably heading into the sun or heading towards a small moon or something. That'll be that, I bet. Into the Breach, that sounds like there's a big fight in that. Flash Strike, The Cavalry has arrived. So there's going to be a big battle with the rebel fleet's going to show up or something, is it? Finale, we'll see. Or loads of clones. Loads of clones will turn up, won't there? Free clones. Because we had that in last season, didn't we? I had a Commodore Amiga 500 Plus. Yes, I had one. I couldn't do bugger all with it, but I had one. I give it to my mate. I think he sold it. I got it off the market, cheap. But anyway. Right, so there we go. Anyway, but you think they'll do something? This can't be the last in that style, Clone Wars, Bad Batch style, Rebels style of animation. They must have something else planned. You would think they would have. You would think so. But we'll see. We'll see. You gave your Amiga to your amigo. Yes, I did, yes. We might have actually bought it together on the market. We might have put 2. We might have seen it on the market. And sort of like, it might have been 20 quid and we might have paid it £10 each for it or something, put 2. And I wasn't doing anything with it, so I'll give it to him. I think he sold it. I got it from a guy from my mate. Dear. I wouldn't be surprised. Right, let's move on. Pressing the wrong button. I'm an idiot. I did that last time. I pressed F9 instead of F11 for some reason. No idea what F9 does. Right, here we go. This one's from, I can't remember. Total Film. Hope Bellingham. Jar Jar Binks actor teases role in mystery Star Wars game project. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. What's Activision got to do with the mystery project? And there's Ahmed Best in costume. Lol, no, my brother got it and gave it to me when he joined the army in the 90s. F9 refreshes usually. I thought that were F5. Whatever. Maybe it's both. The actor who played Jar Jar Binks in the Star Wars prequels has teased his work on an upcoming project and has surprisingly mentioned Activision. Ahmed Best has shared a photo of themselves wearing themselves. What's that supposed to mean? Unless it's with other people, wearing a mocap suit, along with the Instagram caption, "Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in." The actor provided both the performance capture and voice for the Gungan in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and reprised his role in both Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Episode 3. It was for about 2 seconds, wasn't he, in Revenge of the Sith. Best has also voiced Jar Jar in several Star Wars games, and he was in the Clone Wars as well. Just try not to hit F-15. Is that the Eagle or the Tomcat? I get them mixed up. Sci-Fi Quest will know. What's interesting about this post is that the actor has added some hashtags alongside the photo. For instance, hashtag Jar Jar Binks, hashtag Sith Lord, hashtag Keller and Beck, another character in the Star Wars universe that Best has portrayed in Mandalorian is saved Baby Grogu, Yoda, whatever. Eagle, right. The most puzzling hashtag by far, though, is hashtag Activision. At the time of writing, it hasn't been revealed that Activision is working on a Star Wars IP, so it's unclear why Best mentioned the developer in the post. This game looks so real, it's worth playing just to see it. What, with a photo of Khaleesi from Game of Thrones? Oh, there he is. So is that a themselves? Is it non-binary, or is Total Film just being, careful? What's happening with his leg? In the anyone but you things. It's going to bend the wrong way. So there he is with his mocap suit, with his dots, etc. We know that there are already a ton of upcoming Star Wars games to look forward to, including games like Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft, Star Wars Eclipse from Detroit, Become Human Developer Quantic Dream, from Detroit Become Human Developer Quantic Dream, Respawn's upcoming Star Wars first-person shooter, and more, but none of these are linked to Activision, at least as far as we know. You mean the F-15 fighter the USAF got because they didn't want the F-14. Well, the F-14 the one that used on aircraft carriers and stuff? One that were in Top Gun. Anyway. The only games that have been linked to Activision previously include Jedi Knight Jedi Academy and Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, which were both developed by Activision-owned developers Raven Software. Some internet sleuths have even gone as far as theorising that this could be linked to a Call of Duty skin, although we can't imagine Jar Jar Binks is great in that sort of situation. While we wait to hear more about Best's mysterious role, find out what else we've got to look forward to with our new games of 2024 list. And there's a link if you want to follow it. That's Hope Bellingham, just out of school. Oh dear. Anyway, so there we go. So he's going to be in a game, and there he is, doing his mocap. Themselves. Photo of themselves. What's it say? Himself. Surely he's not non-binary, is he? I wouldn't care if he was. I'd still say himself. Right. I'm going to say something else. I forgot what it was. Oh, speaking of Star Wars games, I think the remaster of Dark Forces is out, I think, isn't it? Shall I just check? Hang on. See if it's on the PlayStation Store. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, latest. I don't know. I'll have to type it in. I'll have to search for it, won't I? Search. Dark Forces. Is it out? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is. 25 quid. Bloody hell. It's out for PS5 and PS4. I presume it's out for the Xbox as well. I'm not paying 25 bloody quid for it. Anyway. At least with the Tomb Raider, we get 3 games and the DLCs. Anyway, whatever. Right, so there we go. It's going to be in a game, or is it going to be just in a Call of Duty skin? Why would they do that? As Darth Jar Jar. Don't know. I think you were a Sith Lord all along. I do. Let's check out that Game of Thrones game. Yes, looks all right, that, doesn't it? Looks all right. And a film with Sydney Sweeney. Is this the one that everybody's been going on about? That's quite good. Anyone but you. But his legs bend. He's nearly breaking. Looks the wrong way. Anyway, fun fact number 1. So it's not a factoid. It's a fun fact. NASA modified an F-15 to the F-15X, I nearly said F-16 then, to test thrust vectoring, which was later used on the FA-22 Raptor stealth fighter. Thank you for that. Anyway, let's move on. Let's power through. Because Sci-Fi Quest, I think, has a stream coming up at 10:30 UK time. A Phantom, speaking of Jar Jar Binks, a Phantom Menace watch party. I do believe. Never heard of Anyone But You. Well, you have now. It stars Sydney Sweeney and somebody else. I've forgotten already. Anyway, right, here we go. Giant freaking robot, Charlene Badesi. Maybe she's a badass, I don't know, but I'm saying she, I don't know. Star Trek actor tells fans to get over controversial ending. And there's the good old NXO one. Yay. Connor Trinier, have they spelled that right? I don't know. Has made peace with the death of his Star Trek Enterprise character, Charles Trip Tucker III. However, fans have not shared the sentiment since Trip's demise, spoilers by the way, in the season 4 episode, spoilers for a series that ended in 2005, nearly 20 years ago. We'll never get over that ending. No, we won't. Trip's demise in the season 4 episode, These Are the Voyagers. Speaking at the Star Trek cruise during a segment called The Hot Seat with fellow cast member John Billingsley, Trinier addressed the unhappiness plaguing viewers. And there's his thing. He's dead, get over it. There's Trinier. There's John Billingsley, who played Phlox. He's dead, get over it, the actor told the crowd, who remained disappointed by the creative choice and rushed the stage. Beat them both up. How dare you? Yes, and it was Coombs as well. Is it Coombs or Combs? Whatever. In the other guys in SG1 wanted. How can you be a scientist and not bow at the altar of Roddenberry? Something like that, he says, doesn't he? Anyway, he's dead, get over it, the actor told the crowd, who remained disappointed by the creative choice. Connor Trinier played Chief Engineer Trip Tucker aboard the NX-01 Enterprise, led by Captain Jonathan Archer, Scott Bakula. In all 4 seasons of Star Trek Enterprise, the character died after successfully rescuing Tala, Jasmine Anthony, the daughter of Shran, Jeffrey Coombs. I've always said Coombs, but it's spelt Combs, isn't it? Whatever. And there he is. Bless him. In a selfless act, Trip sacrificed himself by orchestrating an explosion to eliminate Tala's captors and safeguard Captain Archer. But don't forget, it was a holodeck recreation, so it might not have been accurate. In headcanon world, Connor Trinneer reprised his role as Trip Tucker in the non-canonical Star Trek Very Short Treks episode Holograms All the Way Down. I don't know if I saw that one. The voiceover role marked the first time the actor returned to the sci-fi franchise since the cancellation of Star Trek Enterprise. And there's Riker in his holodeck. Anyway, selfless or stupid, yes. The handling of Trip's the handling of Trip's death is arguably one of the most significant missteps in the Star Trek franchise. To commemorate his 18-year tenure with Star Trek shows, which began with The Next Generation in 1987, executive producer Rick Berman opted to end Star Trek Enterprise with Riker observing the past events of the ship. However, the audience and some of the Star Trek Enterprise cast were unhappy with the result, as it marginalised the series' characters, rendering them inconsequential in their own finale. Captain Archer, Trip, T'Pol and the rest of the Enterprise crew were just holograms in Riker's role-playing game in the final episode of the series. So that means it's not official, it didn't really happen, or it might not have done. Holograms All the Way Down was the one that had every cameo from the entire series in it. I don't know if I saw that one. I must have done, but I probably blanked it. It was that bad, probably. I don't know. I can't remember. And there he is with the lovely T'Pol. Having Connor Trinneer's, by the way, I'm rewatching Star Trek Enterprise, and I'm on season 4 now, and just starting the episode. We're on Vulcan. They had the episode The Forge. Now we're on, is it Awakening? Awakening. And then we've got Kishara after that, haven't we? That 3 episodes. Lots of good little, 3-episode stories in season 4. It's great. Anyway, it was just everyone saying computer freeze program, making them all holograms inside holograms. Oh, right. It rings a bell. I might have seen it. I can't remember. Having Connor Trinneer's Trip die in a holographic vision only exacerbated the poor Star Trek Enterprise series finale. While he bravely sacrificed his life to save Captain Archer, the time gap between the penultimate episode Terra Prime and the concluding instalment These Are the Voyages meant that Trip's story, particularly his romance with T'Pol, was left unresolved. Because there was quite a few years gap, wasn't there? It was like 10 years or something, maybe. The real Trip was last seen in Terra Prime. No, not 10 years, might be 5, something like that. The real Trip was last seen in Terra Prime. The audience was later subjected to his abrupt demise 6 years later. All right. The decision to kill off Trip, a beloved character from Enterprise, appeared to be a ploy for a shocking series finale twist, yet it ultimately misfired. The most fitting tribute to Trip would involve reintroducing him through a time travel crossover in an existing series. I'll just say he didn't die at all and say that the holodeck program was inaccurate. Anyway, another factoid. The original design for the Miranda class in the Wrath of Khan was approved after Bennett, Harv Bennett, accidentally opened and approved the preliminary Reliant designs upside down. Yes, that is true. That is true. Hey. Where are we? And there's the Enterprise crew. So one thing about Enterprise I've never really understood. How come T'Pol was second in command? I know she was the science officer, and she was a sub-commander, which is equivalent to Starfleet commander. But how come she was second in command? Surely Trip should have been second in command. She was supposed to be there as an observer sort of thing, or as a science officer. She wasn't a member of Starfleet. But anyway, whatever. Right, Star Trek Enterprise, which aired from 2001 to 2005, served as a prequel to the original Star Trek series, set in the 22nd century, predating the formation of the United Federation of Planets. The story follows Captain Jonathan Archer, who leads the crew of the Enterprise. This includes Sub-Commander T'Pol, Jolene Blaylock, Chief Engineer Trip Tucker, Connor Trinneer, and others. They don't even mention. They're going about, not giving the rest of the crew, a fitting send-off. They can't be bothered typing out their names. Oh, dear. I'm blanking. I tell you, it does. Malcolm Reed. Yeah, Malcolm Reed, Mayweather. I forgot his bloody first name now. Hoshi Sato, Dr. Phlox, Trip Tucker to Paul, Jonathan Archer. What's Mayweather's first name? Fred. I can't remember. Travis Mayweather. Came to me all of a sudden. There we go. I knew he'd say it. He typed it before I said it, but I said it before I saw it. Honest. Took was too busy in engineering to be in command. Scotty took command many times. Well, a few. In the original series. Anyway, although he's best known for his work on Star Trek Enterprise, Connor Trinneer has worked on multiple television series and films. He's passionate about supporting charitable causes and enjoys outdoor activities like hiking and camping. This is, swipe left thing. What the bloody hell they call it now, that? The actor actively engages with his fans through social media and has a strong presence at Star Trek conventions worldwide. Yes, because I've met him at a convention. Met him as well. Dominic Keating. Because they're inseparable, essentially. And he were late. But anyway. Porthos. That's his dog. The captain's dog. Right, so there we go. So, no, he didn't die. No, we won't get over it, Connor. By the way, he also played in Stargate Atlantis playing Michael. And he were in Stargate Origins as well. Played the old fella from the film. Who discovered the Stargate. In Egypt. In T-Egypt. Jolene Blaylock. Nice bomb. She's got a nice bomb. Among other things. Decon chamber shenanigans and all that. Anyway, so there we go. No, we'll not get over it, and he's not dead, and he'll come back in some form or another. And he probably has in books and stuff. I don't know. Right, what's next? Star Trek sticking with more Star Trek disappointment, it seems. This one's from Screen Rant. There we go. Mark Donaldson, Star Trek actors shared disappointment and doubts that Picard's spin-off will happen. So, not only John Delancey, yeah, not only him that thinks it won't happen. TNG stars Michael Dorn and Marina Sirtis have a pragmatic answer when asked about the status of Dream Picard's spin-off series Star Trek Legacy, and there they are. Two disappointed Star Trek Picard actors have shared their doubts over a potential spin-off series going forward at Paramount+. While Picard Season 3 was always designed to be the final adventure for Admiral Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, and the cast of Star Trek The Next Generation, it set up multiple enticing future storylines. Hang on. See, told you. Going back to Trip. Yes, the books explained he faked his death to go undercover for Section 31. I also hate that idea. Yeah, but at least he's not dead. Right. The ending of Star Trek Picard Season 3 saw the TNG crew hand over, Next Generation crew, by the way, hand over to their own Next Generation, bringing their stories full circle. However, that ending also brilliantly set up a potential spin-off series dubbed Star Trek Legacy by Picard showrunner Terry Matalas. The cast of Star Trek Picard are just as keen for their characters' stories to continue as fans are to see them. Despite the goodwill for Star Trek Legacy from fans and stars alike, including, a 50,000 plus, I don't even know what it's at now, online petition to get it going. The spin-off show remains hypothetical over a year after Picard Season 3 premiered. The past 12 months have been a time of upheaval for the industry, from the Hollywood strikes to various streaming services tightening their belts. Against this backdrop, it's unsurprising that one Star Trek Picard actor believes that the story isn't going to continue. But bloody Starfleet Academy and Section 31 are bloody happening, aren't they? That nobody wants to see. 64,174 currently. There you go. That's the petition. Michael Dorn and Marina Sirtis obviously, Alex Kurtzman won't see that. His aides, his assistants won't show him it, will they? Anyway, Michael Dorn and Marina Sirtis discussed the prospect of a Star Trek Picard spin-off in an interview with Anthony Pascal from TrekMovie.com. Star Trek The Next Generation's Worf and Troy actors were being interviewed after Picard Season 3 swept the boards at the Saturn Awards, a clear indicator of the show's success. Despite Picard's award success, Dorn and Sirtis were pragmatic in their view on Star Trek Legacy's prospects. Read their quotes below. Trek Movie asked, Terry Matalas designed... I wonder if they said that. I wonder if they went, Terry Matalas designed the season to be what he called a proper send-off. But others, including Patrick Stewart... I know I'm doing that. I know it's square brackets, but, can't do square brackets. With me hands... seem invigorated by it with a desire to do more. Is that also the case with you guys? To which Michael Dorn replied in his deep, rich, velvety voice, I don't think that people have a clue what's going to happen. I really don't. I think that they look at something and they may have thought of it as a send-off for us, and then something happens and they go, you know what, maybe we should continue. But you, Marina, don't believe so. To which Marina interjected, I don't believe it's going to continue. Michael Dorn said, I don't know either. I have no idea. I wouldn't say, oh, we are going to do it or we're not going to do it. I just don't know. And then Marina says, I think if we're going to continue, they would have ridden on the success of Picard. Do you know what I mean? And then come on the back of that. Ooh. And they didn't. So I'm not sure that it's going to continue. Sorry about that. It's Marina. She's dirty. While Star Trek The Next Generation's Marina Sirtis makes a good point, the fact that Paramount and CBS didn't immediately ride on the success of Star Trek Picard doesn't mean the spin-off is dead. Hang on. Kurtzman will see it and think, wow, look how many fans I have. Yes, that's what he'll think. People love Star Trek, so let's make more. Just not what they're asking for. Kurtzman gets, fans want, fans can go to hell. Yes, they can. Kurtzman is made a deal, hasn't he, with like a Crossroads demon or something like that, hasn't he? That's the only reason he's so successful. Anyway. I bet he pinches himself every day, wondering, how the hell am I here? Why am I living in this massive house in wherever the hell he lives? Beverly Hills or whatever. Why have I got all these millions in the bank? Why do studios keep giving me money to make series that fail? And films that fail? You know why? Transformers, that's why. Him and Roberto Orci wrote the first Transformers film and it made a gazillion dollars. And the rest is history. So there you go. Right, the modern Star Trek franchise, already has their Section 31 movie in production, alongside Season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds and Season 5 of Star Trek Lower Decks. Didn't used to say that though, did I? No, I used to hate Lower Decks. Just a reminder to everybody, if there are any new people in. I used to hate Lower Decks, but because of Windgrace, now I don't. So, anyway, whatever. Thanks, Windgrace. With Star Trek Starfleet Academy on the way. So it's hard to see where Star Trek Legacy would fit into such a busy production schedule at this current time. The Star Trek franchise's current executive producer, Alex Bloody Kurtzman, has acknowledged the desire of fans to see Star Trek Legacy become a reality. Oh, here we go. The Make Star Trek Legacy petition is a good metric for that desire, especially considering how similar campaigns influenced the conception of Star Trek Strange New Worlds and the saving of Star Trek Prodigy. Hopefully Star Trek Picard's impressive clutch of Saturn Awards will further convince Kurtzman and the studio to commit to more episodes from the show's critical acclaimed creative team. No, it won't. No, there won't. He's like Commander Krug from Star Trek 3 when Kirk says, beam them up or whatever, or whatever. And he says, no. He says, why? Because you wish it. That's Kurtzman to the fans. We want Star Trek Legacy. Give us Star Trek Legacy. No, why not? Because you wish it. Sci-Fi Quest says, Paramount gave him a number of projects to try to get Metallus to do Star Trek Legacy, but Kurtzman wasn't having it. And they made 10 freaking episodes a season. There's plenty of damn time. Yes, there is. Trouble is, that's how they keep thinking they're doing films, don't they? Because everything's all about, what's the term? I forgot already. Like what Game of Thrones, what would they call it now? Like classy TV. That's we don't get the 24 episodes a season now, do we? Where they just to rattle off episodes. They had like 5 days to shoot an episode or something like that, didn't they, of Star Trek? A week if they were lucky. But anyway, now they've just got to take the time, get as long to do a series as a film gets to shoot. Anyway, whatever. We'll see. I don't think it's going to happen. I forgot to remove it. Never mind. Dear. Windgrace says, I personally think they're not considering Legacy as they wait to merge or be sold. The only stuff that they're working on is stuff that's been in the pipeline for years already. Probably so. They're probably waiting. See what happens with this Paramount Plus shenanigans. Will Warner Brothers buy it? Was it Skydance? Is it Skydance? Will they get the wallet out? Don't know. Elon Musk, buy it. Buy Star Trek, Elon. I mean, 4 days to shoot, 2 days to render and edit, then the episode would air on day 7. Probably. 2 days to render. Oh dear. Right, what's next? Galaxy Quest is next. There we go. Simon Pegg might be helping out with Galaxy Quest 2. This is from Slash Film, Whitney Seibold, and there's a scene from the classic film Galaxy Quest with the lovely Sigourney Weaver as Tawny Madison, played by Gwen DeMarco. That's Dr. Lazarus, played by the late, great, Alan Rickman. God, that nearly... what was his actor's name, though? I've forgotten. I can't remember his actor's name in the film. And Tim Allen as Captain... Commander, isn't he? Thingamabob, and him, yeah, whatever. I've forgotten. Oh, dear. They're minors. Yeah, they're about 12 years old, 10 years old, whatever it says. Warner Bros. Officially dropped out yesterday, did it? All right, fair enough. Alexander Dane, that's it. Yes, that's it. That's it. Anyway, there are some hardcore Trekkies in the world who consider Dean Parisot's, whatever, 1999 comedy to be the best Star Trek movie. Well, no, but it's up there. The main characters in how do you say it? Is it Parisot? I'm going to say Parisot's film are all struggling actors, still most fondly remembered for their work on the short-lived cult sci-fi series from decades prior. The in-universe show called Galaxy Quest resembles Star Trek in several key ways. The layout of the ship, the uniforms, etc., and the egotistical lead actor Jason Nesmith, Tim Allen, who played the captain of the Starship Protector on Galaxy Quest. I forgot his bloody name as well, I'm blanking. Was clearly modelled after William Shatner. Peacock are the most likely to get Paramount, I believe. We'll see. Yes, I've seen Peacock mentioned. As Skydance dropped out then, because they were on about it as well, weren't they? The plot of Galaxy Quest is amusing. It's a comedy. A species of shape-shifting aliens requiring defence from marauders recruit the original Galaxy Quest actors to serve as their champions. The aliens assumed that rogue TV broadcasts they once saw were very real and have recreated Galaxy Quest in real life. The put-upon thespians don't have the heart to explain to the aliens that their show is fictional and that they kind of hate it. It's a sci-fi spin on films like The Three Amigos and A Bug's Life. Skydance may get the CBS side of the deal. Right. Skydance wants it for film, Peacock wants it for streaming and TV. It's been suggested they may team up and split the two halves, right? Okie dokie. It's worse than wrestling, it's worse than WWE, isn't it? With Raw and SmackDown with the brand splits and then they're back together and then they split them again. And oh dear. We'll be having free agents moving between them. Next. Galaxy Quest is a witty and fun film that has, in the years since its release, developed a passionate following. Several Star Trek actors have even commented on the accuracy of the film, with Shatner even playfully claiming ignorance when he witnessed Alan's performance. Sorry, his name popped in my head then, I bloody forgot it again. In April of 2023, Slash Film reported that a TV spin-off of Galaxy Quest was still in the works. It's a project that has been in development for years. In 2014, Galaxy Quest stars Sigourney Weaver and Sam Rockwell said they'd reprise their roles should a sequel be made. In a recent video interview with GQ, Gentleman's Quarterly, Rockwell implied that writer-actor Simon Pegg, who co-wrote Star Trek Beyond, might be working on, or might have worked on, the new Galaxy Quest project. Galaxy Quest Phase 2. That'd be a cool title, wouldn't it? Because, it connects to Star Trek, doesn't it? Yes, Peter Quincy Taggart. Yes, Peter. Quincy. Yes, well, that's the actor's name, isn't it? Jason Nesmith. Yeah. Right, where were we? Rockwell was brief, saying, if there was a sequel to Galaxy Quest, we would be on it. We talked about it maybe like a limited series, yeah. Simon Pegg talked about helping out with it, actually. Rockwell may have been referring to an article printed in the Times in 2021. In that article, writer and producer Georgia Pritchett, one of the people behind Succession, mentioned that she and Pegg were developing a TV series based on Galaxy Quest. Ooh. However, Rockwell, was likely not referring to the same series that was announced by Paramount in 2023. An article by Deadline noted that comedian Paul Scheer had already pitched one version of the Galaxy Quest TV series that had been turned down, and that Pritchett and Pegg's version of the show was likewise passed on. Nothing else is known about the new Galaxy Quest TV series other than executive producer Mark Johnson, no relation, probably, Mayfair Witcher's Interview with the Vampire, and many, many other films and shows will be overseeing the show. No other cast members or crew have announced their involvement. Galaxy Quest star Alan Rickman passed away in 2016. It's distantly possible that some of Scheer's, Pritchett's or Pegg's ideas might be used in the new series. Pegg is famously a sci-fi nerd, having written several sci-fi movies, and it's possible that if he's not a writer, he may serve as a geek consultant of some kind. It sounds, however, like the most recent iteration of Galaxy Quest will be its own animal. Someone should tell Sam Rockwell about that before he begins spreading more rumours. Time will tell if a series actually makes it, off the ground. We'll see. It'd be nice, and they should call it Galaxy Quest Phase 2. They should call it that. They should do. Because I'd watch it, if it's good, obviously. There we go. Because Galaxy Quest is amazing. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It is amazing. Right. What's next? Nearly done. Gonna be a quick one in it today. Right. Press the wrong button. I'd watch it even if it's crap. Well, I said I'd start watching it. If it's crap, I'd stop watching it. Giant freaking robot, Skylar Gibby Brown. That's a name and a half, in it. Edge of Tomorrow 2 in the works, and it better happen. There's Tom Cruise in Edge of Tomorrow. Live, Die, Repeat, whatever the hell. Hollywood sure does love its sequels and remakes, but this is one we're not mad about. Why? Edge of Tomorrow 2 is reportedly in the works, and if you ask us, it better happen. I don't understand what they're talking about. The original 2014 sci-fi action film starring Tom Cruise left audiences captivated with its gripping time loop storyline and mind-bending premise. Now, after years of speculation and anticipation, talks of a sequel have resurfaced, indicating potential progress in the works. It were good, I enjoyed it, it were good. Why doesn't Simon Pegg just make Paul 2, Hot Fuzz 2 or Shaun of the Dead 2? Because he doesn't want to do sequels, obviously, apart from Star Trek Beyond. But I would complain. You mean if it were rubbish? Yeah. Paul 2, maybe. Those others need Edgar. Yes, they need Edgar right, don't they? He should have spaced the next generation. But not, if you know what I mean. Or Spaced Phase 2. Still love Spaced. Great show. Industry reports are shedding light on ongoing discussions between Tom Cruise and Warner Brothers, hinting at the possibility of Edge of Tomorrow 2 being part of a larger strategic partnership between the actor and the studio giant. While details remain scarce, because remember, he signed a deal, hasn't he, to do films for Warner Brothers, and he's got an office and stuff like that on the Warner Brothers lot. But he doesn't have to make any films. They're giving him loads of money, but he doesn't have to make any films if he doesn't want to. Mental. Yes, or still spaced. Yes, they could call it that, yes. While details remain scarce, the mere mention of a potential sequel has sparked excitement among fans who have eagerly awaited a continuation of the riveting storyline. The original Edge of Tomorrow, directed by Doug Liman, proved to be... Who did... was it him that did the first Jason Bourne film? Bourne Identity. I think it was him, wasn't it? Could be wrong. Proved to be a box office success, earning a substantial $370.5 million worldwide against a $178 million budget. Its unique narrative, blending elements of science fiction and action, coupled with Cruise's compelling performance, garnered widespread acclaim from critics and audiences alike, cementing its status as a cult favourite. Disney is looking at doing a reboot of Space Above and Beyond with one or both of the original creators. It'll be rubbish. Disney wants to do it. It'll be rubbish. A box office smash like that is a good sign that the sequel, Edge of Tomorrow 2, could also prove to be a profitable project. I don't trust anything Disney's got the finger in. Anyway, since 2015, rumours surrounding Edge of Tomorrow 2 have circulated, though previous attempts failed to materialise into concrete plans for production. However, the recent developments suggest a renewed interest and a more serious approach to bringing the sequel to fruition. The speculative nature of the project leaves much to the imagination regarding its storyline and direction. In the original film, Cruise portrayed Cage, a soldier trapped in a time loop, forced to relive the same day repeatedly as he battles alien forces. Well, until he dies, and then it's all like resets every time he dies, doesn't it? So it's Groundhog Day, isn't it? But with aliens. I'd rather see Tomorrow War 2, to be honest. Why can't we have both? The concept's inherent complexities offer a rich canvas for Edge of Tomorrow 2 to explore with plenty of thrill to come from blending action with the intrigue of temporal manipulation. The influence and popularity of time loop movies in popular culture have experienced a notable surge in recent years, from classics like Groundhog Day to modern interpretations like the original Edge of Tomorrow, Palm Springs, never heard of, and Happy Death Day, which I thought was shit. I didn't even watch the sequel. The concept of characters trapped in a repeating temporal cycle has captivated audiences worldwide, no matter what outer genre they fall in. I never watched Tomorrow War. I keep meaning to, but tomorrow never seems to come. These films, as Edge of Tomorrow 2 likely will, delve into themes of self-discovery, redemption, and the consequences of one's actions, resonating with viewers on a profound level. There were lots of explosions in it. That's what resonated with viewers. The original Edge of Tomorrow garnered widespread acclaim from critics who lauded its humour. It's not like Groundhog Day, which, a lot of people, delved into its deeper connotations and stuff like that. And there's even been, like, people have written doctorate theses and stuff on the ideas around Groundhog Day and reliving the same day over and over again and all that. But I don't think Edge of Tomorrow 2 had a similar impact, did it? Anyway. I forgot what I want now. The original Edge of Tomorrow garnered widespread acclaim from critics who lauded its humour, Doug Liman's direction, the aliens' design, and the performances of Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. She's good in everything, she makes me sick. Along with the freshness of its sci-fi time loop premise. Overall, critics say she's good in everything, but I still don't like A Quiet Place. Overall, critics praised the film's gripping and clever narrative and Cruise's ability to carry a blockbuster action thriller. However, some critics expressed reservations about the film's conclusion, something Edge of Tomorrow 2 has the potential to fix. You know what? I forgot how it ended. Oh, dear. Stargate did the time loop better. All series generally have a time loop episode, though. The Supernatural's done it, Star Trek's done it, Stargate's done it. Yes, in my backswing, yes. Where are we? As we anticipate further updates on Edge of Tomorrow 2's development, here's hoping that the partnership between Tom Cruise and Warner Brothers will yield exciting prospects for the future of the franchise. Well, yeah, I hope to do it, and I hope it's good, because the first one were good, even though I've forgotten how it ends. But I'll have to watch it again. I'm sure it'll be on Amazon or Netflix or something, won't it? Anyway, so there we go. So, hopefully they will. Not the Discovery time loop. I don't remember that one. Although that may be one of their best episodes. Honestly can't remember it. Genuinely. Right. And finally, this was from Bounding Into Comics, Jacob Smith. Female-led John Wick spin-off Ballerina with Ana de Armas delayed 1 year for massive reshoots. That one, yes. The one where Harry Mudd kept resetting time and killing everyone. Yes. I didn't really count that, to be honest, in the same, because that's a deliberate thing that he's doing, isn't it? It's not like accidental or whatever. It's not out of his control. He's deliberately resetting it, isn't it? Anyway, whatever. Another day, another female-led action film was delayed due to the need for reshoots, and there she is in No Time to Die, which I liked. I like No Time to Die. I think it's a good film. Don't like the end, obviously, but and she's gorgeous. The John Wick franchise has been the most influential action franchise of the last 10 years. If you're going to watch a John Wick film, you know what you're going to get, at least 2.5 hours of people getting shot and killed in creative ways. He isn't out of control, but Burnham was. Well, yeah. I don't fault you for forgetting her. However, after the release of John Wick Chapter 4 last year, it seemed like Lionsgate was moving away from Keanu Reeves and pivoting towards Ana de Armas in the spin-off entitled Ballerina that could spawn a new series of films. Ballerina starring de Armas as an assassin trained in the traditions of the Ruska Roma of Russia and Belarus was originally supposed to release this summer on June the 7th, but that plan has now changed. Last week, Lionsgate confirmed that the upcoming spin-off has been delayed for a full year due to the director wanting to add more action scenes. According to Deadline's report, the production will bring in series mastermind Chad Stahelski to work with the director Len Wiseman on the new sequences. Len Wiseman, who did, he has done some good films. He did The Underworld and something else. I've forgotten. He's done another film I liked, but I can't remember what it is. I remember seeing his name in the thing. But he did Total Recall, didn't he? The remake of Total Recall, which wasn't very good. Where were we? Sci-Fi Quest says Burnham is that galaxy-wide thing that destroyed any ship with an active warp reactor. That's the burn. No, I think Burnham is what Danny DeVito likes to eat on Always Sunny. I've never seen Always Sunny. Never seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Or anywhere else for that matter. Right. The film being delayed a full year with just over 3 months left before its release raised some major red flags about the project. Insiders questioned whether the film is undergoing massive reshoots to fix a part of the movie that is major and may be disastrously broken. Over the last several years, we have seen this tactic with big-name projects such as Captain America Brave New World, Daredevil Born Again, and Thunderbolts. Ian McShane, one of the many stars of John Wick set to appear in the film, says that the reshoots are being done as a move to protect the franchise. And there he is, Ian McShane, who is... never mind. It's not reshoots, it's new shoots, McShane said in an appearance on BBC's The One. The new shooting for Ballerina, which is the spin-off with Ana de Armas of the John Wick franchise, you know it's like they've got to protect the franchise. And there's Keanu about to kill somebody. It's never always sunny. The sun goes down, so it's impossible, really. Science! McShane continued via coming soon. It was about a year ago that we did the movie Ballerina. They've looked at it and Chad's come in, the guy who directed all the John Wick movies, and they want to make it better. Keanu's in it as well. It takes place between John Wick 3 and John Wick 4. So like Len Wiseman said, right, finish this film. Here you go. Have a look at it. I'm happy with it. We've done a good job. Then Chad comes in. We'll make it better. Told him it's rubbish. Ian McShane on The One show is great because I love the honesty, talking about how Ballerina wasn't good, so they need to shoot more stuff wasn't good. So they need to shoot more stuff to protect the franchise, and then how they don't talk about the Continental show because they just made it without consulting Keanu and him, and there's a link. Don't know how long it'll go on for, so I won't play it. This isn't the first time that Chad Stahelski has been called it. By the way, I like the Continental series. I thought it was all right. You know, it wasn't perfect or anything like that, but it was all right. I didn't hate it. This isn't the first time that Chad Stahelski has been called to save a struggling film. If you remember, back in 2019, Stahelski joined Warner Brothers' Bird of Prey film to assist Kathy Yan with the action scenes in her film. You know, because women can't do action, can they? Yes, they can, I'm kidding. The effort was in vain, and that film turned into a box office and critical flop regardless of pandemic restrictions. Because it was shit. With intense reshoots around the corner, the question must be asked, can this film even be a... Oh, spitting on the microphone, sorry. Can this film even be a success with an exploding budget? John Wick Chapter 4 was the highest grossing film in the franchise, drawing $440 million versus a $100 million production budget. However, de Armas has yet to prove if she has any drawing power as an action star. She starred in the critically panned Ghosted film with Captain America actor Chris Evans. The film was a $200 million actioner released by Apple TV that put de Armas in the role of a spy. Well, it's on Apple, innit, so not many people will have seen it. But anyway, hated by critics and audiences alike, it's saddled with a 27% score and 55% from each class, respectively, on Rotten Tomatoes. We will have to see if Ballerina, which is now slated for June 6, 2025, suffers the same fate. We'll see. But, you know, that's a new property, I suppose, isn't it? An independent, it's not connected to anything else. Whereas this is part of a franchise, isn't it? So we'll have to see what happens. Anyway. Did you know the Earth is flat? The sun just goes so far away you can't see it anymore. Wingray says, I saw a thing today that said the Earth cannot be a sphere, or else gravity would have forced all of the water to pool in the southern hemisphere. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Lol, I saw something like that before. Mavity, by the way. Win Grace. Right, so anyway, so there we go. You know what? I'm kind of looking forward to that, because I like all the John Wick films, and I like the Continental, so I'm kind of looking forward to Ballerina. Plus, she's easy on the eye, isn't she? I might have a look for this Ghosted film. Even though it's supposed to be rubbish, I might look for it, because, you know, it's her, isn't it? So there we go. I'll be in my room. Anyway, there we go. Hey, that's it. We're done. Oh, we're scrolling away then, and wasn't even on the screen, was it? Right, so we'll leave it there. We're done. Let me just... oh, wrong one. Pressing the wrong bloody buttons again. Here we go. Right, so we're done. Sorry, I'm currently existing in the 9th Doctor time frame now. It's still Gravity, yes. I was watching a thing on Trek Culture yesterday on YouTube with Sean Feddick, and he mentioned Mavity, didn't he? I thought... In the Star Trek thing, he mentioned Mavity. People in the comments noticed. SpaceX should put all flat earthers in a starship, launch them to orbit, then have a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. A bit cruel, that. You know, the Flat Earth Society has members all over the globe, or something like that. That's the meme, innit? That's the meme. Right, we'll leave it there. What's coming up? Wednesday. We're on Wednesday. Mavity, yes. Mavity is going to be a thing for years, even when it's worn out its welcome. It already bloody has. Right, where were we? Wednesday. Right, we're on Wednesday. So next up is Friday night, Appointment with Fear on Friday. And this week we're doing The Mist. Where are we? Frank Darabont's The Mist, based on The Mist, based on the Stephen King story. And it's an amazing film, but we're watching the colour version, not the black and white one. With Thomas Jane and others. The lovely Laurie Holden. And it doesn't end well. That's as far as I'll say. And next Monday... On Magnificent Mondays, we're doing The Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Dun, 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 dun. Cool film. Yes, you better get set up, because I'm on my way over to your stream. Over on Sci-Fi Quest, subscribe to Sci-Fi Quest, by the way, and Win Grace's channels on YouTube. Sci-Fi Quest is doing a watch party for The Phantom Menace. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, so get over there and watch it on there with him. Well, you'll have to watch it on your own telly. He's not showing it on screen, but you know, have to watch it on his telly and all that stuff. Right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks, Sci-Fi Quest, thanks, Win Grace. Don't think anybody else came, did they? No, they didn't, right. So we'll leave it there. Yes, now that's pod racing. We'll leave it there. So... thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other, and until next time, I'll say they.